WWE, it isn't just a place where people jump from it and go to AEW, which apparently everyone thinks is a thing that happens in wrestling now. Pete Dunne has reportedly signed a new deal with WWE. We have a new WWE Champion. We have a new WWE NXT. Let's get into it on today's Sportskeeda Wrestling top story of the day. Share the link or you stink. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! Watch out, watch out, watch out, everybody. I am Kev Kelm. We are a little bit late
cut
today.
you off. I got to cut you off.
Why?
You got to put a little bit more stank on it. We're talking about Big E. He is the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Hey, wait, let's sneak by him over here. Let's get over here. You got to go over the other side. That's a shot.
Yes, we are
using that. Yes, we have a new WWE champion. We'll be talking about that. We have a new WWE contract that has reportedly been signed, and we have a new NXT. A lot of new things that WWE is doing. I wonder if they're responding to some other things going on in the wrestling world.
Good for them if they are. Good for them.
Let's talk about last night before we get to the big story here with Pete Dunne. Let's talk about this. Big E is the new WWE champion. I want to know what the fans are thinking. Sound off in the chat. How did you feel about it? Kurt Jackson says Raw sucks last night. He didn't like it. Other people are already saying that we're gonna get Goldberg. Goldberg's gonna come back to ruin it all. That's what's gonna happen. We can't just enjoy something.
This is the one Goldberg match I want. I want Big E to have that dream match. Big muscly men bumping meat. I want all of it. Give it to me.
Big muscly men. With them chest to this.
We ain't talking about no work rate or moonsaults. You want your 5-star classics? Those two big dudes throwing down for 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, we're talking who gets a press slam. That's the match. That's what it is right there. Big E though winning this. This guy has been in the WWE system for over 10 years. I think that's worth noting. This isn't a new superstar winning it. This is a veteran superstar winning it. Someone who's been a tag champion. Someone who's been an intercontinental champion. Someone who in the last year since the New Day, the formation that found the thing he's most known for is being a part of that faction, being a tag champion in that. That group, that 3-person group, broken up. Really, they're still connected through the podcast and social media and all those other things.
And they're still brothers. They're not. They didn't split. It was just stupid draft things between executives that caused the E to kind of go off on this road by himself. And that was the big thing. It was like, okay, they split up the New Day so Big E would get his big singles push. And we were all hoping that it would culminate with this moment. Did we all believe that it would actually happen? I think some of us did. I think a lot of us had some doubts about this. But when that hand finally hit last night, the 3 count happened, and Big E was holding the WWE Championship. It was a surreal moment because I think the pessimist in me was like, I just don't see him doing it. I believe in him. There are so many people out there who do believe in him, who see him as a top guy. This is a 5-tool player, a guy who can do it all. He can be serious. He can be a killer. He can be highly entertaining. The guy can talk. The guy can work. He is a WWE champion. He was always been WWE champion material. Now he is the top guy, and I hope WWE books him accordingly.
And also it's kind of a different thing. We've been conditioned to swerve. I mean, the whole premise of the way he won the world title here last night in WWE is it's the Money in the Bank cash in. The idea is it's a swerve, come out, win the championship, or when are we going to get the swerve? And it's designed to really make those week-to-week fans clamor and get something exciting that they pay off and they don't know they're going to get. They went the other way. He's a SmackDown signed superstar, but he can challenge anybody for it. He started saying it a few weeks ago. He started teasing Roman Reigns. He's been doing that for weeks. And then yesterday on social media says, I'm going to be at Monday Night Raw, and I intended on cashing my championship opportunity. He opens the show, a 3-hour television show, which already has Randy Orton versus Bobby Lashley, the WWE champion, set to go as its main event. All 3 guys are in the ring. So you're getting something here at the end of the night. Now, the thing is, though, we're just conditioned to think that they're going to save this for the pay-per-view. They got Extreme rules in a few weeks. But my mind was, this is week 1 of Monday Night Football, your biggest television competition, which is, this is no shot at AEW. Your biggest television competition is Monday Night Football. For WWE.
I mean, this directly, especially directly, because AEW is not on Monday nights, at least not on television. So yeah, Raw always takes a hit when Monday Night Football rolls around. So I'm happy. I saw somebody in my Twitter feed today, which, by the way, you can follow me at Rick Ucchino. I saw somebody hit me up in my Twitter feed. It's like they totally ruined it by having Big E, announce it ahead of time, and then it didn't even pop that big of a rating. They should have just punted this week. No, because if you adopt that kind of mentality that, we have no chance, so we should just punt the show, that's how you get into situations like what Raw has been in. They've been punting Raw for months now. I love what they did last night.
Yeah, I love the way they did it, because he said he was going to do it. He teased that he was going to do it, and then he did it. And you got what you wanted out of it. And in a day and age where they're always trying to keep you guessing, you didn't have to guess on this. And I'm okay with that. I don't think it should be like that all the time, but it makes more sense. We have Rob Drake saying, I was there. It was amazing. Huge reaction for this.
Yes.
Huge reaction for this.
It popped for him every time he was on the screen, and he was on the screen like 5 times last night. It was so great. And, you heard, if you watch Legion of Raw afterwards here on the Sportskeeda Wrestling YouTube channel and Facebook, you heard Vince Russo talk about this. It was an old school style booking. They had a storyline for the night. They centered it around Big E. They solidified him as the star of the night. Bro. They solidified him as the star of the night, and they built up to this climax at the end, and it paid off. They wanted people to come over to be invested in the show, and then they rewarded the people who stuck around. And by the way, the overall ratings, they dropped. But if you look at Big E's cash in, a lot of people tuned in to watch Big E win the WWE Championship. And I almost think going to a commercial break right before the cash in was smart, because it allowed people to go, hey, oh my God, Big E's in the ring, guys. You got to turn it over to USA Network right now. Gave people time to tune in. And it was the highest rated segment of the night, almost 1.9 million tuned in.
That's never
at 11 o'clock at night to watch that.
That's never the trend. It's never the trend with Monday Night Raw. It's always the first hour of the show. It's a 3-hour show, right? So it's the first hour of the show tends to be the highest rated one. And then they try to retain as much of the audience as they can. And sometimes the biggest angle of the show is in the second hour of the show. And they do something kind of like lesser or mid-card near the end, or a big angle at the end sometimes, right? This was elevation, open big, end big. Sorry to use big again, but also kudos to Randy Orton and Bobby Lashley. They had a hell of a match. They worked the right style of match where they beat the hell out of each other. Bobby Lashley won clean, but it was still like a dusty finish where Randy, there was some dustiness there with Randy and Riddle, and just enough noise outside the ring. Like there was something they did on Rampage on Friday. It really made me, there's just too many things going on outside of the match, and it didn't influence the ending in the right way. This was just enough things, because you needed to have Bobby Lashley say, I banged up my knee smashing Randy Orton through a table. Why is my knee bothering me? And son of a bit. Like, here comes Big E. Like, it was almost like one of those things. Like, and if you're, and they didn't have Bobby Lashley do the flash pin where he came out there and he just took one move. He put up a little bit of fight. Also, Lashley, hell of a title run. Got to go into WrestleMania, got to leave WrestleMania as champion. Did some great things.
There's several points I wanted to make here real quick before we move on. 1, Big E absolutely deserves this. I am incredibly happy for him. 2, let's give Bobby Lashley his flowers, because he had a fantastic first run as WWE champion, and I don't believe that this is going to be his only run. I think eventually he will get another crack at it. 3, we're 2 out of 3 now. Kofi had his moment. Big E had his moment. One day, Xavier Woods is going to get his moment in the sun. And whether that's a WWE Championship victory, whether it's a Universal title victory, or damn it, WWE, crown that man, whether he wins King of the Ring, Xavier Woods is going to get his moment. And that is just going to further solidify the New Day as first ballot guaranteed Hall of Famers into the WWE Hall of Fame the second that they hang up those boots. Again, I'm really happy for Big E. Now, WWE needs to book this man accordingly, because if he has a really, really strong run, because WWE needs a lack of a better term, a really big baby face right now since they're turning Becky Lynch heel. They need somebody the crowd can get white hot behind. Big E's that guy. He is a main event star. I hope they book him like one.
I also think it's wonderfully keen to WWE to listen to their audience, which is more diverse than it's ever been, to say we should have a strong African-American champion that connects with younger viewers and is a hero. You had a heel, so going with a hero next makes complete sense. We got all of this flack from people saying we let too many people go. We're not supporting, homegrown talent. You went with a guy who's been in the company for 10 years. You went with a guy that is universally loved. There is I don't think many people have bad things to say about this guy. And
I've never heard one bad thing about Big E from anybody, including myself. I've met the man. He's fantastic. Okay. He's a great dude. Great human being.
And so you have that it's a good feeling. And WWE needed that with all this flack they're getting from the AEW, people going to AEW, all these different things. This is a great response.
Glenn, time out. Glenn, what are you talking about? Woods is jacked, son. Like, what are you talking about?
Glenn say for people on the podcast side of things, Glenn say just texting and saying Woods better gain 190 pounds to be heavyweight champion. Dude, seriously? Come on.
Kofi Kingston had a 6-month run with the WWE title. Xavier Woods has like 40 pounds on him. What are you talking about?
What do we want to do here first? Because I just got sent some photos from NXT.
Oh, NXT 2.0. That's really 3.0. But go ahead. Let's see the new set for NXT 2.0.
All right, let's get a look at it here. I know this isn't the best image display.
So obviously they're recording 205 live ahead of time.
Yeah, they're recording 205 live ahead of time. This opens up a lot more view here for the people on the podcast side of things. This really opens up everything going on here. We just got sent these images. These are just popping up on Twitter right now. You see them from multiple fans, but that's a very big stage set. That's a very wide open entrance. They're not really using a lot of the LED boards that are apparently underneath or around fans. So it's kind of like there's LED boards everywhere. So there's a lot of color. This is certainly more brighter than NXT was at the Capitol Wrestling Center.
Yeah, it looks like a Bob Ross painting in there, but you just need some.
I don't mean that in a bad way. Pretty little trees, baby.
Yeah, just need some happy trees in the background there. But no, there's a lot of room on the floor too. So much room for activities.
So much
on
room
the outside. My God,
so much room. We should make bunk beds.
That fatal four-way is going to be nuts. They got so much room on the outside for incredible activities.
Let's talk about that tonight. As we are hearing it here, you guys may be watching this on demand later on. There will be a fatal four-way that will determine a new WWE NXT champion. Samoa Joe, oddly dropping the title due to injury, whether that's a legitimate injury or not.
If it is, that man is snake bit, and I feel so damn sorry for him.
And obviously, but a lot of people thought maybe it wasn't legit because of the timing. They're doing this new reboot, so just take the title off of him and do a new champion.
They needed somebody who could legitimately beat Karrion Kross. Yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah, but Joe's saying he's going to come back for the title. So there's that too. So you have 4 guys who are all established NXT names. Who is walking out? Now, obviously, this could not age well, but who's walking out with the title here? Because we'll talk about someone who just signed a new NXT WWE contract as well here in a minute.
Man, I think all 4 guys could do a really, really good job with it. I think LA Knight could do a fantastic job with it. I don't know if I'd pull the trigger and put the belt on him yet. Yeah. Pete Dunne, obviously, with the news today, I think a lot of people believe that it's his time. But selfishly, I have wanted to see Tommaso Ciampa win back that title ever since he came back from the neck injury, and he hasn't really had that opportunity to do it yet. Mm-hmm. I would love to see, especially with Johnny Gargano's deal now reportedly up, they need a major top heel in NXT. I'd love to see Ciampa just go back to that gold hungry. He can start off, he can win it tonight, right? The crowd would be happy. 2-time NXT champion. And then all of a sudden you get that Gollum effect, right? From Lord of the Rings, where the gold starts poisoning his mind and he slowly starts transitioning back into the black heart of NXT. I would love that storyline. I would love to see that go down. And I'm going to be pulling for Tommaso Ciampa tonight.
I think this is Pete Dunne's title to win. I think a lot of it does play into him winning that championship. I do think that WWE with NXT can try things with international talent that they wouldn't really try with the main roster, with Raw and SmackDown, where maybe an international talent. Pete Dunne is still in that category. I don't mean that in a bad way. that you can do those things. You can have a Walter come over who people have just heard about, and you can have him wreck people, and you can do things like that. I'm seeing something like that down the line here. I think this is Pete Dunne's title to win. I think him with Ridge Holland as his heavy hand. I think him is positioned as the new guy makes a lot more sense. Also, he's cutting more fluid promos that are a little bit more dynamic. He's seeing a little bit more of a dialed-in version of the Pete Dunne that we saw before. The Bruiserweight, that's always going to work. I think you need to do something new. I think this is time for him to do something new, and a title win like this can force that change. Also, I think there's a lot of good combinations here. I'm not saying that Joe didn't have those, but if you're going to say, hey, this is a fresh new show, if Joe is legitimately injured or not, this is a way to do that. This is a way to like say, hey, watch NXT now. We're going to make something happen. We're going to freshen it up. As much as people say, oh, they don't care about NXT, they just want to ruin it. We've heard that Kevin Dunn is there tonight. I know some people don't love Kevin Dunn. He's all right, camera one, get ready. Camera one, take camera two. All right, camera one, get ready, take camera one. All right, now take two. I didn't tell you to set up three, but take three. All right, now take four, take five, take six, back to one. Now back to two, back to one, back to two, back to one. To three, now back to one. Hold it. Okay, now back to three. That was too long on the hold. Back to four. Anyway, sorry. That is too many camera cuts with Kevin Dunn. Thank you very much, Rick Ucchino. Theater of the mind. So Kevin Dunn is the main television producer and director for WWE. He does Raw and SmackDown. So there's a lot of different hands involved in NXT. You also have Triple H out of the picture now, recouping from a heart procedure. So he's the main guy. From what we understand, a lot of the same crew are still there. There is a sense of unease. It's weird. It's different for them. And it's a different challenge here.
And I think you get that naturally just with when anything changes, right? You know, when any kind there's a big change in life, or you're at your job, or somebody new comes in, there's always going to be that awkward uneasiness, shall we say. So, you know, it is what it is. I think that's going to come with change. I think eventually people, especially the fans, you know, they'll tune in tonight to see what the changes are all about, and you know, they'll get used to them. Whether or not, if you don't like them, you don't like them, but eventually you'll get used to it.
Do you think there's going to be more added interest now to WWE NXT, because they've been promoting this change on SmackDown and Raw for a few weeks now?
There's definite curiosity, I would say. I think a lot of people will tune in to see what it's about. Obviously, the show gets underway in about 8 minutes, so we'll wrap up here quickly so everybody can get to watch that. But there's going to be some genuine curiosity, and it's up to NXT to hook them in. You're going to get the viewers at the top of the show. Let's hook them in. Let's go. What do you got?
Let's hook them in. Let's go. I mean, obviously, you're going to have a fresh new look on this show. You're going to have a stacked show. They're going to do some crazy stuff like Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell getting apparently married. You're going to have the big fatal four-way.
Here we go. Here we go, Index. Here we go.
And then you have this new set. As much as people say those things don't matter, a new set does matter. A new, fresh look does matter, especially for those week-to-week fans. This is something they really.
You ever get tired of a room in your house, and then all of a sudden you put on a fresh coat of paint and you love it? It's the same thing. It's the same damn room. It's just now it's purple instead of beige. Now you love it. All right. So that's what WWE decided to do. They decided to take yellow, and they said, you know what? We're going to throw some purple over here. We're going to put some green over there. We're going to dash some orange there, and it's going to look fantastic.
Nishad Jawali, always with me down in sweet Sugar Hill, Texas, saying Bob Backlund is the new NXT champion.
We're going to make NXT great again.
I don't know if he's going to do that. If Jay Feliciano, a man who knows a thing or two about professional wrestling, great friend of the show, helped us broadcast from AEW All Out. Thank you so much, Jay. He says, if NXT needs a big champ, it's Walter. Woo! I would have loved to have seen Walter in this match.
I'm drawing a blank. Who's the fourth person in the match? We didn't talk about it. We talked about LA Knight, Pete Dunne, Tommaso Ciampa, and who's the fourth?
We're going to get in trouble if we don't say that, right? We're going to get in real trouble. I had it up in front of me here a minute ago.
Oh, I forgot about it. I'm drawing a blank. Somebody help me.
Let me add it to the stream. Let me see here again. We got this going on. We got this going on. We got that match. And Kyle O'Reilly's going to be in the match.
Kyle O'Reilly. Jesus. Holy. Yeah, he can very easily win it.
Oh wow. I feel like a real doofus for getting Kyle O'Reilly there.
He could very easily win that. I would say I'm rooting for Ciampa, but I would if I'm putting the odds on it, I would put O'Reilly as the favorite and then Pete Dunne as a close second.
Of course, Stephen Chambers saying any word on why Raquel and Frankie were pulled. Yes, that women's title match was within the last day or so pulled from the show. We don't know. There's always concerns when people say someone's abruptly pulled from anything in the last year and a half, that there's a COVID situation. That isn't known. Could be a different situation. Could be moved to a different night. We'll know more in the next 24 hours or so.
I'm sure Sean Ross Sapp will break it within the next 3 hours or so.
Yeah, exactly here. And other people saying that Vince McMahon's bastard son, Hornswoggle, needs to be the new WWE NXT champion.
I mean, he definitely fits the bill of the new talent that they're trying to bring in NXT. Yeah, he definitely checks all the boxes.
Oh man, if you guys are enjoying the show, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Thank you guys so much for supporting everything we're doing. I know you have a lot of options for wrestling media. Go ahead and hammer the like button. Go in. If you don't like something, you can hit that button as well. If you haven't done already, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have Vince Russo reviewing Monday Night Raw every Monday night. Rick Ucchino is covering SmackDown and Rampage every Friday night, along with Dutch Mantel. And we have some really cool stuff coming up on this week's Inside Cradle. We just taped a really cool interview with legendary Impact Wrestling star Gail Kim, talking about the upcoming Knockouts Knockdown that's going to be premiering on Impact Plus in October. So that interview is coming up. And we're going to have that coming up on the Inside Cradle this Thursday. That is our deep dive show. We love going even deeper with you guys. Also, we may premiere a segment this week that I've pitched to you, Rick, and I need to know your feelings.
Sir, that is a slam dunk. That is a throw it up to Giannis and let him just slam that thing down. We're debuting that this week. A faux show.
Yes, we are debuting the lamest wrestling comments on the internet. If you're in a comment section, and specifically ones that are associated with Sportskeeda Wrestling, and you bring that trash, we will post that trash on screen with your name and the trash that you have.
Ladies and gentlemen, this Thursday, we are debuting Hot Garbage. That is exactly
hot garbage wrestling comments, baby. That's what it is. It's been in the sun, it's been boiling, and it's got your name on it because you put it out there. All right. We're gonna do that coming up this Thursday on Inside Cradle. So that's gonna be really, really cool. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Give Rick a follow on the old Twitter machine. He really needs it. Okay. I know he's not verified, but he really, really needs it. All right. He needs
for the third time. Jesus, Twitter. Killing me.
For sure. And of course, you guys can also check me out on the Twitter machine at Kev Kellum. If you haven't done already, go ahead and follow Sportskeeda over on the Twitter machine at SK Wrestling _. That is SK Wrestling _. Thank you guys so much for supporting everything we do. We really do appreciate it when there's so many other options in this whole wiki wild world of wrestling. You choose us, we really appreciate it. Remember, watching wrestling, you got to do that one thing. What's that, Rick?
Enjoy that. You know what?
You know what it is. Enjoy it. Yeah.